KBLAPL.org.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Either we are aware and present, or we're not. I mean, I think that it's really very important, whether one is in retreat or out in the world, that one should develop this quality of awareness as much as possible, because distraction is the main problem for everybody. I mean, what the Buddha called the monkey mind. And we have to tame the monkey mind, whether we are under retreat situations or whether we are caught up with our families and our professions and our just everyday life. Either we are conscious or we are not conscious. I mean, there's no halfway. And so we need to develop this. If you asked me before, what is the most important thing anybody ever told me? I would say probably the advice from our yogis at our monastery to observe the mind at least 3 times every hour.
I love Tenzin. She's on fire. She's talking about mindfulness. And you know I love mindfulness. Mindfulness practices. But tonight's topic is so profound. We're asking a real question. A serious question. Who's in control of your love life? Is it your insecure or secure attachment style? Did God give you your attachment style? Is it God's plan or your plan? When you go off on a tangent on your plan, does your plan always fail you? And how do you differentiate your plan from God's plan? If God is in control of everything, is he also in control of your decisions? Some would say, no, there's permissive will and his absolute divine will, and your will is separate. How? Please explain the separation. Please explain the separation. Right? Every doctrine you inherited about love, you should burn it. Every sermon that promised a soulmate, every self-help chart, every sacred verse offered as insurance, feed them to the fire. They served a nervous system that begged for anesthesia, not truth. They gave you metaphors when you required egoic detonation. You were taught to chase a plan. Do you understand? Your elders whispered that a cosmic accountant keeps a ledger of partners, that obedience buys happy. Listen, man. That prayer functions as a contract. That accountant never existed. No angel files the paperwork of your longing. No holy office stamps approval on the next kiss. The map of destiny hides nothing but your own fingerprints. Look at the coincidence you romanticize as divine. The perfect timing, the face that feels pre-remembered. Oh, Lord. Pre-remembered? Science names it pattern recognition. Trauma science names it attachment repetition. Mystics call it karma. All these names merely distract from the ungovernable fact. You generate the pattern through a body wired to replay unfinished business. God may use the pattern, but God does not need it. Only you need it until you don't. Consider the seduction of surrender. How easy to declare God willed it when love survives and God closed the door when it collapsed. That sentence buys the narcotic of innocence. It shields you from the revelation that freedom grants no alibi. Krishnamurti warned that the search for authority, even heavenly authority, breeds servitude. The deity you call planner might exist only as a mask for your terror of, this is too much for y'all. Are y'all with what I'm saying? I know people don't like having these kinds of conversations because they feel like I'm coming at their belief system. I'm not. I see you in the chat. Everybody's in the chat like, Lord have mercy. But what I'm trying to say is, does God hurt you for your own good? Andy, does God break your heart when you're too scared to? Does God override your silly, fearful, self-egoic protective plan by putting you in harm's way? Does God do it? Whose plan is it? Yours or the source's? And if the source sent you down here with a pre-existent, right, mission to end a generational curse, to heal a generational curse, to start something new for your bloodline, whatever God, how do you know? See, talking to the sister from Pasadena, Katrina from Dina, it really got my juices going. First off, God don't need security. God don't need a bodyguard. You got politically correct people trying to translate the book when God said what he said. If you believe the book. If you believe in the doctrine, God said what he said. If you believe in the Bible, that's the word of God, right? Why we got to have different translations, right? You know, evil is too strong of a word for God. Wait a minute, God created evil. Well, hold on, let's not associate God with evil now. I'm in the Strong's Concordance for Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. And even though, listen to what they do. Listen, God doesn't need a PR firm. God don't need you to try to make him look good with a more politically correct translation of the word. I thought his word wasn't supposed to be changed. Right? What does it say here? Isaiah, right? 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. Darkness, oh, I love this word. In Hebrew is hosek. Hosek. Darkness. Hosek. H-O-S-E-K. Hosek. Okay, I create the light. We already know what the light is. There's so many variations of the word light in Hebrew. Nur, or, Yeah, that's all there. But let me get down to, and I create. And they even put in the Strong's Concordance a different word. It's a more politically correct word. Stop putting words in God's mouth. First off, you can't think that high. You've heard the saying, your arms are too short to box with God. Your mind is too small to think with God. So if the words that we have here are here, why must you change them? They're changed in the translation. It's right here. They put calamity. But when I click the Hebrew word, every other word, it gives you all of these Bible verses with the same word there, and it means evil. Not calamity. And you say, oh, well, it's a synonym. God don't need synonyms. You trying to make God politically correct. What are we doing? It says it right here. And I'm a spiritualist more than a Christian. I respect all religions, but I'm not a classified Christian. But I can look into the book and see that you're manipulating the word. The word for evil is ra'ah. Ra'ah. Right? It just means evil. And it gives you all the variations of the word. God is telling us right here, I form the light and create the darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So if God is making evil, is God bringing the toxic person into your relationship to teach your ego a lesson or to heal your insecure attachment wounds? I know people don't want to hear it put that way. They gonna, I thought I liked Zoe. I thought Zoe was cool until listen. But I'm the one. The girl called in the other day. We had a girl call in the other day and say, "Does Zoe like black people? Is he black? He attacking marriage?" No. I'm saying we play with marriage. Listen, no relationship will work if you're not doing inner work. How about that? Is that easier? Y'all could be in the 7th grade at the sock hop exchanging Valentine's Day gifts. If you're not healed, that little girl gonna run away from you too. That's just what it is. Okay, we got callers on the line. Let me get them in here. John from Mountain View, Hawaii. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Am I going off for no reason? Am I out of control?
I stood in your studio and walked out of it how many times, sir?
You walked out like 16 times.
So how many times did I throw my phone listening to this message?
You probably threw the phone about 40 times. You at home, so you probably threw it. Hopefully you got an otter. You got an otter case.
Anyway, let me go ahead and drop this and get off the phone lines. I want to hear what everybody else got to say. First and foremost, if you're considering God your ultimate leader, as in the one you're supposed to be following, do you realize in the same word, the same Bible, he says, I know the plans I have for you. They are of good and not of evil. Ooh. And I know the expected end. So where'd y'all miss that one at?
Maybe.
And since we're talking about leaders, let's talk about leadership, which again, majority of us will claim leadership as the one that's in charge, right? They're not in charge. They're just the one held responsible for even your mistakes. So again, leaders, and those of you who call yourself individuals, you're leading yourself.
My.
Or what shame and abuse you're going to take the responsibility for and get yourself out of the position that God expected you to be in. I rest here.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Hey, guess what you just did, big bro? He gone. Hey, man, that was Mountain View, Hawaii. If you want to bring your city in the bill, I know it's triggering. I know. Listen, somebody told you that everything has to be a utility in your life. Maybe you had a 7th grade economics class, and they told you that everything meaningful and good in economics is called utility. We want as much utility as we can get. The person who comes into our lives has to be a utility. You know, the school we go to, the education we get, the money we make, everything has to be good. God is showing you through this topic tonight. He will weaponize good or he will weaponize evil to get you on the right path if you really understood the lessons. See, you trying to sidestep pain and suffering, right? You see, we've talked about it in many shows. Resilience is at an all-time low. Empathy is at an all-time low, right? People are trying to avoid that which is negative, that which is uncomfortable, that which is difficult. But you heard what the person said. What was that last clip we played when the brother said the only verse in the Bible that mentioned anything about marriage was if you go into marriage with somebody that's ready for war. Let me tell you something. Relationship is a psycho-spiritual war. A war with oneself, a war with one's own demons, a war with the lie you tell yourself, a war with the maintenance to keep up the fantasy. Listen, that's an ongoing war, and that's all you, that intrapersonal relationship. But the interpersonal relationship, you're dealing with another person who is at war with themselves. And instead of going against the outer world together as a collective, we got to go to war. Or warring as a collective, together supporting each other in each other's intrapersonal war. That sounds like relationship with a human being. Break up with me, break up with her, because they disturb your peace. Maybe the disturbance of peace was designed by God to get you on track. So, hey, when we come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandlost.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't even talk anymore, and we don't even know what we argue about. Don't even say I love you no more. Saying how we feel is no longer allowed. Some people work things out, and some just don't know how to change. Let's don't wait till the water runs dry. We might watch our whole lives pass us by. Let's don't wait till the water runs dry. We'll make the biggest mistake of our lives. Don't do it, baby.
In the West, because we're very immature, we think that the purpose of a marriage is the happiness of the people who are involved in the marriage, the husband and the wife. And that's just not the purpose of marriage at all. The purpose is long-term facilitation of their psychological and spiritual development and the establishment of an environment that's beneficial to children. That's a responsible way of thinking about it. And so we need to have a serious conversation about what that means.
Man, Jordan is always cutting up in the West. But you know the West. Boy, that's the real West Side. Western civilization? Western civilization is like, yay, West Side. They done changed everything. Boy, they done took spirituality out of marriage. Oh, my God. That was Dr. Jordan Peterson. My niece is on the line. I'm going to get her in here real quick. Houston, Texas. Attila Phillips.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Look, me sound like my granny.
What are your thoughts? I know you got thoughts. Lord have mercy. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm going to just say this. I think a lot of this, God said this, and God said that, is you. It's you. It's your higher self. It's your ego. It can be so many different things. And it's funny how we like to reference back to the Most High after it becomes clear that we, quote unquote, made a mistake, right? And so my thing with this is you got to take responsibility for your actions. I mean, like, do I believe that someone can hear from God about their spouse? I mean, yes and no. I think that a lot of the time, we're more comfortable with third-party confirmation than we are with our intuition and inner knowing, to be honest. Because when it's your intuition and inner knowing, like I said, if it goes bad, then you also have to take responsibility for that as well. And so I really like the Malcolm Run clip. I had to include that. I think with Pastor Darby, what I loved about him, because actually I met him, went to several of his conferences, and something that I can say about men of that caliber is that they are consistent in the shame and whatever blame, whatever things they need to accept, whatever things they need to be accountable for. They're consistent in that. And I think it's a great model for not only how we should do marriage, but just how we should do life in general. And so I was hoping you were going to ask me questions. So I don't have a whole lot of thoughts because, I'm not married, and I feel like I'm single, and I shouldn't be talking about this. So, yeah.
Hold on. Listen, don't play with me. You ready for the home run derby of questions? Don't listen, niece. I got questions now. Don't ever. What? My gun ain't gonna never jam. Right out the holster.
I gotta trigger you. I gotta trigger you. I gotta challenge you. Let's go, Tio. Let's go. We in the dojo. I'm ready.
I got a question.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Yes.
If Spirit writes the intimate script of your love life, who is reading the lines? You or the author?
Ooh. Definitely you.
But aren't you and the author one?
You said Spirit, though. So, I guess, who? You said Spirit writes the letter. Your higher self could be a co-author, right?
That's what I'm
saying.
You're
a co-creator of your reality. So that is definitely a possibility. And you think about the words that we use and the way that we speak to one another, the way we speak about ourselves, that also is formulating your reality in real time, too. So, it's certainly possible.
So your higher self may know more about your lower self than your lower self knows about the higher self, and it might be feeding you, right?
That's why I think we see it as something external, this idea that, I just looked up in the sky and I saw a cloud shaped like the shape of a peach, and I just knew that was going to be my... What?
Oh, interesting.
What?
All right, so I got another question.
Maybe it's just your higher self.
I got another question. Hold tight. Here's the question. And you're going to answer it on the other side.
Okay.
When you feel chemistry, is it your nervous system responding to your pheromones or spirit signaling a prearranged meeting? When we come forward, my niece is going to continue this home run derby of questions.
Why do we hurt each other? Why do we push love away? Let's go into the water. No, we might want to hold on.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. President Trump has ordered the National Guard to Memphis, Tennessee to fight crime, a move drawing pushback from local Democrats. Black State Rep Justin Pearson is urging residents to oppose the deployment.
Militarized occupation of our city is not a resolution to the problems that we have.
Tennessee's Republican Governor Bill Lee supports the plan. Black Fulton County, Georgia DA Fonnie Willis has been permanently removed from Trump's Georgia election case over her relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. The Georgia Supreme Court refused to hear her appeal, though Willis says she'll turn over the case file and evidence to state prosecutors. And President Trump is threatening to retake control of D.C.'s police if Black Mayor Muriel Bowser blocks cooperation with ICE. He called his earlier 30-day takeover a success, while Bowser insists immigration enforcement is not MPD's role. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The Los Angeles Public Library offers free services for the whole family. With a library card, you can borrow movies and books for free. Visit lapl.org. That's lapl.org.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has worksource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm LA City Councilmember Curran Price, inviting you to the 30th anniversary of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, Saturday, September the 20th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We've got 4 pavilions, 3 stages of live music, plus food, fun, and a marketplace all along historic Central Avenue between MLK Boulevard and Vernon Ave. Our featured acts this year are Gregory Porter, Pancho Sanchez, and Jasmine Horn at the 30th anniversary of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, Saturday, September 20th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. along Central Avenue between MLK Boulevard and Vernon Avenue. Come out and bring the whole family because this legendary celebration is free. For more information, go to centralavjazzfest.com. I'm LA Councilmember Curran Price, and I absolutely approve this message.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
If I never feel you in my arms again, if I never feel your tender kiss again, if I never hear I love you now and then, will I never make love to you once again? Please understand, if love is, then I promise you that I shall never breathe again, that I shall never breathe again. And I can't stop thinking about the way things used to be. And I can't stop thinking about the love that you made to me. And I can't get you out of my head. How in the world would I begin to let you walk right out my life and blow my heart away? And I can't stop caring about the apple of my eye.
Hey guys, I was just sitting here doing some work and took a break to come on and share with you some thoughts. I was just thinking about the similarities between business and dating in this way. You can have the most amazing business, services, and products, but if you are not targeting the right client and targeting the right audience, you're not going to have sales. It's not going to connect. Or if you do connect and sell something, people aren't going to be happy with it because it's not your people. It's not the right people for your business. Same thing in dating. If your type does not like you and you keep going after the things and people that aren't really a fit for you, guess what? You can't make them want you. You can't make it be a fit. There are some things that God is trying to give you some feedback about to make you understand that He's got better for you.
I think my knees be trying to trigger me. The biggest logical flaw. You can't think for God. Right? Language is linguistic symbols. Alfred Korzybski. The map is not the territory. The words are not the reality. And why God use you when God is also connected to me and the message is for me? I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying anyway, let me get my knees back in here. Oh, Attila from Houston, Texas. Did you remember the question I asked, or should I ask it again?
You can ask it again. How you like that video, though?
Yeah, like, you trying to trigger me, man.
I mean, if you reframe it from a spiritual perspective, I think there could be something there. If I'm punching above my spiritual weight level, then that might be my reality.
Is there?
But I also feel like what she's describing is a limiting belief, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think spirituality is on a spectrum. Yeah, like, God could tap in at any point to you, right?
Well, you have to tap in too, though. You have to equally be invested in also.
That would mean God is waiting on
in.
you in some way, or dependent on you to do something in some way. And God doesn't need you to turn on the switch from your side God can turn
No,
on
you
your.
need God. It's the other way around.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole God is. First off, you limit God with language. You don't understand what you're saying. God is trying to tell you something. God doesn't try to do anything. You try to do
He
things.
already told you.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
would say that whatever results you get, that is the message.
That's what I'm. Come on, God just
Right.
does it. God is it, being, not doing.
Right.
Anyway, here's the question again. When you feel chemistry, is it your nervous system responding to pheromones or spirit signaling a prearranged meeting?
Prearranged meeting.
Is it biological or is
like
it
them
divine?
Or is it your wounds?
How about it?
Or is it your wounds? Or is it the fact that that person somehow looks a little bit like your granny or your mama or your auntie or your neighbor that you lusted over when you were 12? Like, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Like, so many things. Like,
all right, well, keep
so
rolling. Keep rolling with me. Here we go. If God orchestrates attraction, does free will exist anywhere other than how you interpret the score? If God orchestrates attraction, does free will exist anywhere other than how you interpret the score?
I would say if you believe that God is orchestrating your attraction, then you're pretty much taking the free will out of it. So
how about it?
It would only
But that's isn't that a conundrum? Many people, I got free will. Well, no, I got will. Is there a will that exists outside of God? They say, well, God permits it. Well, if he permits it, he still had to sign off on it, which means it's not free. Free means
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, let's keep going.
Sometimes I wonder if the Most High just be like, child, just let them, whatever.
Does a soul contract require consent if you agreed to it before your memory began?
If you agree to it before your memory began.
Before you incarnated on planet Earth. Some people believe, right? Some people believe that you chose your parents. You chose all of these experiences, right? Does a soul contract requires consent if you agreed to it before memory began?
Wouldn't your agreement be the consent, though? I'm confused on that question. If I agree to it before I incarnate, isn't that my consent? Like I guess are you saying, like, would the consciousness have to be there in order for there to be an actual, like, agreement, like a consensus?
But I think sometimes people reject things not knowing. Like, listen, watch this. A lot of people will say, this person isn't for me. Right? And because they haven't done any real work, internal work, right? They'll say, oh, this person isn't for me. This is incompatible with me. When in fact, they are compatible to a side of yourself that you actively suppress.
Exactly.
So do you see? Like, you don't know you consented to this meeting, to this connection with this person. You may not remember it because that's what most people say. They say, oh, you consented to all of this stuff before you got here, but you don't remember. When you come here, you just start interacting with the lessons on your journey. That's the word.
I mean, but even that, I mean, like, I always side-eye people when they be like, I don't know how I got with them. It's kind of like when people look at their kids and they be like, I don't know where they got that from. Well, they came from you. So how is that possible? Again, those are things that we say when we're frustrated, flustered, and not getting what we want, what our wounds want. We're not getting our wounds needs met. That's why you say that. You're not saying that because things are going well. Like, cut the crap.
If destiny governs desire, why does longing feel like a choice?
You said feel like a chore?
A choice.
Oh, a choice. If destiny, say it one more time. If destiny who?
If destiny governs desire, why does longing feel like a choice?
I don't feel like destiny governs desire. I don't believe that.
You don't?
No.
If God is in control of it all, wouldn't God be destiny, fate?
Carl Jung.
I mean, Carl Jung said it, right? Yeah.
That lovely quote. I always forget how to phrase it, but he basically said that, essentially we're making that decisions and calling it fate, right?
Yeah,
so
no, what he said was, if you do not reconcile your inner wounds, it will manifest in your life as fate. That's what Carl Jung said.
And you'll call it fate, though.
Yeah.
I think that's very specific because again, that's us choosing to say again. Like I said, I don't know how they got like that. Yes, you do.
All right.
Yes, you do.
This is your final question, then I'm gone. Could every heartbreak be a breadcrumb? Oh, this is terrible. Could every heartbreak be a divine breadcrumb trail leading you back to yourself?
Yes, I believe so. What did you say, Rumi? Right?
Yeah.
What was it? Break the heart, something like that. Somehow you break it so that the light could break. What is it about the wound and the light entering? Child, I forget how the whole quote goes.
The wound is where the light enters.
But I would also posit though that's only if you're actually doing the work and going going through the wreckage. If you're not really actually reflecting, going within and going through the wreckage, then not so much.
Okay.
But I think that if you are actually going through the lessons, yes.
Okay. If spirit plans your love story, why include betrayal as a plot device?
Why not? Why wouldn't I?
Because people don't like to be betrayed.
Well, but I mean, I think you have to choose. Are you only going to do the things that you like, or are you going to do the things that are going to up level you, the things that are going to create the character development? If for me to get from point A to B, I have to go down in the valley and climb up through the mountains, right? Then either I'm going to actually say yes to that, or I'm going to choose a different path.
I got you. Niece, guess what you just did?
All right, Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the house. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. The VOR is on complete fire. When we come forward, we're going to go back to Oakland, California. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
So many things, big and little, make you uniquely you. Your hobbies, dreams, career, family, and more. Addiction to drugs, including opioids and stimulants, can strip these away from you. Recover your life. Choose treatment for drug addiction and get back to what matters most. Find a provider and proven treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. Recover you.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, KBLA 1580 delegation, your health matters to us. We know that information is power, especially when it comes to prevention and treatment. That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Why does it hurt so bad? Why do I feel so sad? Thought I was over you, but I keep crying when I don't.
And the data says that married couples far exceed unmarried couples living together in their financial goals and wealth building. Far exceed. The researchers call it the marriage advantage. And it's probably deeper than just combining of the two incomes and that kind of a thing. Our theory is, and we've not been able to research this and prove it, but you can just listen with me and think about it, guys. But our theory is simply this, that when both of you are permanently promised to each other's future with a contract called marriage, it causes a differentiation in your behaviors versus I've got to always have an out. I've got to always have an exit. I got to always have what happens if he moves out? What happens if he leaves me with these two kids? What happens if, all those kinds of things. And that can happen in marriage. It's called divorce.
Dave Ramsey, I just didn't have the strength to listen to the rest of it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't listen to it. We got one of our favorite callers on the line right now. Sean, Oakland, California. Sean, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, number one, Matthew 25, welcome the stranger. So a lot of people that think they're Christian or think they're religious, they don't follow the Bible. They never read it. I read it in my early 20s, the Old Testament and the New. Welcome the stranger, Matthew 25. And also, they love Paul. They love Paul because he's like an analyst. And if you read the books, you'll understand he was just like, popping off on what other people said. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing this in a very short, condensed way. Mm-hmm. But, our thing is when you have your family, right, you really need to understand how to include everyone in your community. Mm-hmm. And if you're not doing that, then you're probably not going to have a really successful relationship.
I agree. And Sean, thank you for holding on the line, man. I appreciate you, bro. Guess what you just did?
Oakland in the house.
Yes, sir. Town business, Oakland in the house. I love leaving you guys with questions to ponder. I believe God is pain. And I believe that pain is a part of your process and purpose. And God infuses you with pain in order for you to evolve and change and learn and grow. I don't think pain is evil or a villain. I think pain has a part to play in all of it. What if God was your wounds? And not only your wounds, but the cure to the wound. Could the ache of loneliness be God disguised as absence? If God is ubiquitously everywhere, if God is infinitely everywhere, how can loneliness exist? Is spirit the healer of your attachment injuries, or the architect who built them to awaken you? If every rejection drives you inward, is the pain punishment or pedagogy? Does divine love require the crucifixion of romantic fantasy? When you forgive a betrayer, are you forgiving God for setting the trap? I know y'all don't want to hear me talk like this, but I have to destabilize what you thought was true so you could see it from a different perspective. Is trauma a divine scalpel carving room for a new consciousness? Could the nervous system's panic in intimacy be the burning bush of revelation? If spirit wounds to teach, how do you distinguish lesson from cruelty? When desire dissolves into emptiness, is that grace or abandonment? I'm asking these questions because everybody wants to think for God. We can't think for God. What we can do is be mindful. We can sit in the silence. And if God so chooses to send up a message from our consciousness, is that God or is that our shadow speaking? I'm just asking the question. So many people are afraid to ask the question, but have the courage to speak for God. Let's ask the difficult questions so we can have a better understanding. Every culture instructs us to draw a map for love. Choose wisely, marry well, manage risk, protect the heart. Yet Alfred Korzybski's warning, the map is never the territory, arrives like a thunderclap inside this most intimate topography. We can chart preferences and timelines, but the lived phenomena of love refuses to stay inside human coordinates. Listen, I started the conversation. It's really up to you to finish it. I'm the VOR, and guess what? I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. Then deuces!
While all the time that I was loving you, you were busy loving yourself. I would stop breathing if you told me to. Now you're busy loving someone else. 11 years out of my life. Besides the kids, I had nothing to show. Wasted my years, a fool of a wife. I should have left your ass long time ago. Well, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A prayer vigil was held on Capitol Hill for conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who was killed last week during an